Hello and welcome to our month of July with our theme being sand. And of course, we are going to be weaving in one of our favourite classes at Wellness Warriors Yoga Studio, a sand and sound class. So this is a restorative yin practice where we complement our practice with weighted sandbags, which really helps calm the nervous system and really brings us to a state of relaxation a lot quicker, I find. It works the same as weighted blankets. If you don't have a sandbag at home, I imagine a lot of us wouldn't. I don't. You can grab hold of anything that's a little bit more weighty. So you could use, can just be a blanket that comes over the top of our bodies, and something as simple as that will really help just make us feel safe, especially in our nervous system, and then our bodies will relax a little bit deeper into the postures. So for this, if you do have a bolster, so a couple of blankets, a couple of cushions, that will really complement your practice. If your floor is cold, simple things like bringing a blanket on top of your yoga mat as well is going to really help complement this. And if you have candles, light a candle, come join me, okay? We are going to arrive today straight into our practice. So I'd love you to come into our seated forward fold, our yin variation. So grab hold of some cushions and I want you to bring them under those knees. Bringing our legs over, and you have a choice. So again, wrap your feet up, plop socks on, maybe wear like a dressing gown, and just make sure you're going to be nice and warm and cozy. So this is like a nice evening softening down sort of practice. If you do have something weighted, either on top of your shins, your feet is going to feel really nice, or you can also bring something over your back. If you have an extra blanket, I'd love you to wrap it over your body now and kind of cocoon yourself up, and that's going to feel really nice too. So whenever you're ready, I'd like you to fold yourself in. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. If you see me keep the head a little bit more lifted, it's only because of the mic. So really allow the chin to tuck in towards the chest here. Allow the arms to surrender forwards, and maybe allow those palms to turn high, to really begin to soften the fingertips and notice them curl in towards the palms. Allow your legs to feel heavy here. And as we find this deep compression through the front of the body, we find this beautiful opening through the back of the body. Finding this beautiful lower back release. Taking those long, deep breaths here, bringing that breath into the sides, into the back of the body. Could you start to make those exhales just that little bit longer? Breathing in through the nose for the count of 4. And out through the nose for the count of 8. We inhale for 4. We exhale for 8. Inhale 4. Exhale 8. Maybe just letting go of that count of breath now. And just welcoming that breath as long as feels comfortable. Maybe licking your lips, softening your jaw. Nice. Take a final big deep breath in here. Big sigh out. Fluttering those eyes back open. And gently, slowly starting to creep yourself all the way back out. Moving our blankets maybe off our body if we have one, and our sandbags over to one side. You're going to bring yourself down onto your backs and bring cushions, blankets, whatever you have under those hips. So the hips come up nice and high, and maybe this is enough, just staying like this. Bringing the feet wide, the knees knocking in. Or if you like, you can gradually start to extend those legs out nice and long. Again, if you have something a little bit more weighted, you're going to bring that on top of your hips and allow the arms to come out nice and wide. Maybe the arms want to come up and overhead. Try and lightly tuck the chin in towards the chest. If you've got an eye pillow, place an eye pillow over those eyes. But whenever you're ready, closing those eyes down, unclenching that jaw, and arriving here. Thinking about the body just surrendering into gravity. And you know how when you get to the beach and you lay on the beach or you sit in the sand almost cradles your body. And I'd love for you to embody that now. Imagine that the floor is slightly moving beneath the heavier parts of yourself, like the shoulders, the hips, the feet. Maybe notice how that might feel a little bit different. Feeling that sun beaming down across your skin, the warmth in the air. And maybe where you're practicing, you can feel the sun coming in through the windows. Take a final breath here. Maybe bringing a yawn in. So we wiggle through our fingers and wiggle through our toes. Begin to take a bend in those knees, planting the feet onto the ground. Move our sandbags off to one side. Lift those hips up to slowly bring our bolster out from under our hips and then settle them back down towards the ground. We're now going to bring in our bolsters lengthways with our spine to find now a little bit of space through the front line of our body, through the spine in particular. So as we bring that bolster lengthways with our spine, try and bring it as close towards the tailbone as you can and soften yourself back. If, as you soften back here, it feels too intense, then just lift the bolster up a little bit higher up at an angle so it's not as much as an extension through the spine. Now, this is your choice. You can either bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out nice and wide. You could have the feet firmly planted on the ground. You could have the legs crossed, the legs extended. It's whatever feels best for you. And that sandbag, again, is either going to come on top of the feet or on top of the belly. So coming to your variation. Allow the eyes to close. The wider the arms come, the more intensely you're going to feel it through your pecs. And as you exhale, just let go. Sinking into the sand, allowing our body to feel heavy, and watching that breath rise and fall. I like to count your breath down from 10. And on every exhale, letting go that little bit more. So we inhale 10, exhale 10, inhale 9, exhale 9, and continue like that until you get down to 0. Well done. Big deep breath in. Big sigh out. And as you wiggle through those fingers and through those toes, just slowly, steadily fluttering those eyes open and bring ourselves up to a comfortable seat. To end our practice, we're going to be bringing our hands towards our ears and finding our buzzing bee breath. So we're going to be inhaling through our nose and exhaling, and we're going to have our hands over our ears. Okay, you ready? Take a breath in. Cover your hands with your ears. Well done. Releasing those hands all the way back down. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me on the mat today. I hope that was a really yummy way to end your day. And I look forward to seeing you next month. Lots of love.